Welcome to day 31 of 100 Days of Startup, where I, Rod Danan, am building Prentus, where we match startups with skilled tech interns that they'll want to hire. So for today, it was a little bit of everywhere, but start of the day initially writing some just small posts for the event. So as you might be realizing, is content takes a long time to write and always longer than expected. So there's that on LinkedIn, and then also some on Twitter. But then from there, I'm still dealing with some other items. So not the most productive morning. But when I came back in the afternoon, I did end up getting our first testimonial. So our first customer, the company was called Base. They just finished up the internship last week on the 9th and agreed to give us a testimonial. So I asked them certain questions, trying to get just kind of quotes that I could feature on the site. And also filmed it. So like I mentioned, I'm going to be throwing that into a video, but really, really important to get testimonials, especially at this stage of a startup. And that's one of the biggest outcomes I wanted from the beta, was to get the endorsements, because that's going to be huge in getting us future customers. Then after the testimonial, we had the designers meeting. So seems like they're moving pretty quickly. They want to move even faster and get wireframes up for the new platform they're building. And that excites me, honestly. So I love to see the initiative and love that they're getting that moving. Then also part of the designer meeting is the branding. So we're looking at some colors and from Guy, who's one of our designers. And he showed us a few palettes. So it looks like we're kind of leaning towards red with a darkish blue. Though the darkish blue might be switched a little bit. And with color palettes, it's tough judging them because until you actually see it on a product, it's much different. Like I can say, like for example, I love this color palette, but until like you build a dashboard with it, you don't really know if it's the right one for your product. So that's something that we want to make sure is good. After that, I went to a quick haircut. So as you guys can see, my hair is much shorter than yesterday's video, and I needed that. They said my hair was much longer than usual, and that's what happens. You get caught up in the startup life, and you're just busy and stuff slips by. But got back after the haircut, which was a pretty quick one, thank goodness, and had another interview with a sales candidate. So it seems like with interviews, I keep going over them when it's a good interview, but for the bad interviews, I go under. So maybe I need to schedule more than 30 minutes, but we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, again, great candidates so far. So love having them, flowing in. And I have two more tomorrow to close out the week. So hopefully, one of these converts. And then, yeah, I just got off from the streaming event with Jason Rydell. So Jason was also the person who gave us feedback, which, he's awesome. He's given us a lot and might end up being that back-end mentor for our back-end team that I mentioned. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so now I remember a bunch of my day was also just setting up the stream. So for each stream, in case you didn't know, I have to create new graphics. I have to create new banners in the stream to pop up on the screen each time. I have to write out kind of questions, which they're more for backup. So like I always want to have conversations when I have a guest and keep it as fluid as possible. But just in case it stagnates or maybe there's a certain question that I know the audience definitely wants to hear, I write it out, make sure that everything's clearly written out. So yeah, streaming days are always kind of hectic, especially double checking the internet too. But otherwise, good hump day. Tomorrow, I do have a bunch of meetings in the afternoon, but my goal for tomorrow is to finish the description for Prentus, so the one paragraph description that'll end up going on all our profiles, and then yeah, we'll see what else I get done. But that's the main thing for tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for watching, and talk to you then.